Yeah, good morning, everyone. As usual, give a few minutes to get started. Just updating the notes doc so we have a entry for today. If you weren't here last time, you'll see that we have a schedule for getting a new version of our list out. So we'll be working on that today mostly. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. If anybody joins late, they can catch up. Welcome everyone to Screen Critical Projects Working Group meeting. Yeah, as I said earlier, we're going to continue on our schedule to get an updated list of our original list out. We worked on this during the meeting last meeting 2 weeks ago, so we'll continue that today. If anybody's just joining, yeah, go ahead and add yourself as an attendee to the meeting notes. And now I'll open the floor. If anybody has any new faces, anybody wants to say hi, anybody hasn't been here in a little while or just wants to say hi, just unmute and go ahead.
Hey, so this is the first time I'm attending. I just recently joined the Slack channel. yeah, so I've been interested in open source for a while and wanted to get involved. And yeah, my name is Namita, by the way.
Welcome, Namita.
Hi, this is also my first time, and same with Namita. Also, find it interesting to join the open source community. My name is Rusty. By the way.
Welcome, Rusty. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen since this is mostly a working session, and I'll be working on the tab or on the spreadsheet. All right. Can everybody see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, thanks. Okay, and then for those of you that are new, we're working on a list of projects that are identified as critical. We had a version 1.0 that we finished about a year ago. And so we're working on an updated list here. So for what we're doing, and for those of you who weren't here last week, is we're taking the original list and we're going to start with that as a starting point. We're taking a list of candidates, and then we're going to ask people to comment on whether these should be considered or not, and get their comments in so that we can update the list based on the candidates. All the candidates came from response to us releasing our original list. So when we send out a request, we're not actually asking for new candidates, we're asking for people to comment on the candidates that we've identified. And this is our timeline we're trying to meet, but it's not super strict, but we'll continue on this path here. So yeah, we're here in this meeting. So hopefully we can get the sheet updated today, and then we'll be ready to send out that RFC for hopefully more discussion and in 2 meetings. Any questions on that? Cool. Anybody have any? I don't see any other urgent agenda items that we need to discuss before we get into the meat of it. Okay. Yes, what we have here are our lists here. I could also use help if anybody wants to jump in. Oops. The link, I believe, is in the meeting notes right here. If you need edit access, just join the same group that you joined to edit the note docs, which is right here. Yep. So if anybody wants to jump in, just say something. So I'm gonna start cleaning up these lists here that are not conformant with the rest. If anybody wants to go and start putting in URLs, that'll be very helpful. So like for CentOS, find a URL, project URL, and just drop it in that column. I'm going to start working on.
Get edit access again?
Yeah. So do you have the meeting notes? It's linked in the.
Oh yeah, I do.
I can access the meeting notes and edit
Yeah.
the meeting notes, but I can't edit the sheet.
Okay. And have you joined the group here? Let me just double check that that's,
Okay.
yeah,
Oh,
join
I
this
don't.
group. And you should get edit access to the sheet. Let me just double check. Yeah, so we have securing critical projects group as editor. Okay, yeah, so if one person could maybe fill out URLs, and maybe another person take maybe clean up this line here where we have the names. Take
Sorry,
this
Jeff, but
off.
I am a member of the group. I just double checked and I'm not able to edit the sheet.
Oh, that's weird. Well, I'd be happy to add you manually. Let's see. Oops. Um, yeah, do you want to type in your email in the chat? Anybody else?
Oh, I joined the group and got access.
Okay, great. Let's go back to sharing. Yeah, so anybody maybe filling in URLs, cleaning up these lines here where the Docker count is the same as the name here would be great. I'm going to go ahead and start cleaning up these lines down here.
Docker pull count data for Gradle is not a good statistic to use.
Okay. As far as like making it as an argument that it's critical, or just that
Yes, because like it's a developer tool, so
Yeah.
it's not something that you use via Gradle container like
right.
often. It's something that you like install via either the Gradle wrapper or by like
Yeah.
maybe you do it via Homebrew. I mean, if you're on Mac or something like
I
that,
mean,
but like most often you have Java installed and you're using it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go by, I mean, that there's 2.5 million instances of the Gradle wrapper jar file across the GitHub across GitHub.
Yeah. I mean, so mostly this column is like a reason that it's critical. We're not using it as a reason it's not critical. So I'm sure it's kind of going to come up as critical by multiple counts, even if one is not very indicative of how popular it is. I mean, yeah, we can delete it as far as, or change this column. Feel free to type in whatever makes more sense. But it might be on this page more than once.
Jonathan and Jeff, if Homebrew's data is of interest, I think I might be able to pull. But some of it's public, but I know that I could pull like maybe like a I don't know, a spreadsheet of everything if should you want it.
So not for this iteration, we really want to we don't want to add anything else to this candidate list after today. So if it's something you want to like pull the top 10 today, that would be good. But otherwise, I think we'll want to wait until like we do a 1.3 and have a new list of candidates.
Fair. I was just saying if we wanted to have it like archived somewhere or just have that as background data.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to like grab that and throw that into a like a markdown file on our repo, it's just data. That'd be, I think people might find that useful.
All right, I'll see what I can do.
Okay. Yeah, if anybody else sees anything wrong on the sheet, feel free to ask. All right, thanks, Rahul. Cool. So I think if anybody's making edits, hold off right now. And I think it makes sense to sort and try to do some deduplication. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. If that came out okay. Right. I'll start at the top if anybody wants to start at the bottom. If we have duplicate lines, just delete or merge like selection criteria. Actually, we should, let me flag this as something to come back to. Boot time software isn't really descriptive enough. This is also not descriptive enough. Specific enough, I should say.
Are you still working on it or is?
Yeah. So start at start in the bottom or somewhere in the middle and
No, I mean, you sorted it, but you didn't deduplicate it. So just,
yeah, that's what I'm working on now, starting at the top. If anybody wants to start somewhere in a different part and dedupe. So like we've got two lines for busybox here. They both have this same information. Looks like we got the pull count data. So I'll delete this row. Yeah, so if you see anything that isn't an actual project here, feel free to. Looks like I'm coloring these orange, so we can come back to those later and decide what to do. Okay. Cool. Okay, cool. Looks good. Actually, we wanted to have two columns here for project, and if there's a separate source repository. I don't think we absolutely need to have a link for both links for every line, but that'd be good. If there's some reason we need that, we can add that. So, yeah, for those helping, pick a letter, maybe, or start at the bottom. I'll start at the top and try to find these project URLs.
We want to assume that Apache means Apache HTTPD, not.
That's what I'm assuming. Do you have any other ideas? I don't think it would be suitable to just say the, the Apache Foundation.
No, I understand, but then
Yeah.
there was a duplication because other people did call it out by HTTPD.
Oh, they did. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do that.
I'm just trying to.
Thanks.
It's not the entire foundation, but as with, like Debian as well. I mean, there's lots of interesting, important open source projects within Apache Foundation. So
Right. Yeah.
I can't tell if the person really literally meant, web server, or they literally meant anything Apache does is important. Is like, Cassandra is part of Apache and CouchDB is part of Apache.
Hmm. Anybody know what MS is?
Microsoft.
I'll just highlight it. Something to come back to. we doing? Are we done? It's looking pretty good. Okay, I think we've done most of the work to get this ready to go. Just gonna need some cleanup on the formatting. I can do that. Let's go through these orange squares real quick and see if we want to deduce what the submitter was trying to imply, or if we just want to take it out. Starting with boot time software, anybody want to give an opinion there?
Do we already have EDK2?
Don't believe so.
That's probably what they meant.
They said UEFI.
That's what UEFI is. Or well,
Okay.
not really, but it's like the main implementation that everyone uses.
Yeah, I'm not against adding that. You said EDK2?
Yep, Tiano Core.
Okay, well, let's put it in. Would this be the home page? Yes. I mean, this is make, CMake, auto tools. I mean, this is a little bit. We could expand these and just add these ones here, or we could pick a few, or we could just say we need more specific guide recommendations.
I think the biggest ones are Make, Mizan, Ninja, right? Ninja, Mizan kind of do the same thing too. I think that those are the main ones. Like that as far as like the ones that I work with in building distros.
That makes sense. We could do, yeah. Any objections or any other suggestions? I think the make would be GNU Make, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
You want to do Ninja?
Yeah, Ninja is also important.
Okay, sure. Let's do those three.
I mean, we already have GCC and LLVM, I think, listed elsewhere.
Okay.
But, yeah, we definitely need CMake. I guess is CMake open? I guess it's not sort of open source.
Do you want to, should I
Yeah.
do CMake as well, or?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Let's put these. Okay, I can fill these in later. Docker, should we? Let's
Project
change up
Moby.
something.
Well, I think that Docker's one that can't go without Project Moby, in my opinion. Even though Docker's probably the more famous one, and critical, there is no Docker without Project Moby.
Oh yeah, Docker's not really. Oops.
Well, I mean, if you're not showing the entire screen, if you look at the comment at the end, I mean, this is exactly the one we already described. We were going to put in an
Yeah.
appendix.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
So
But
look at column
I
F or
think
G.
also, yeah. I think also we want to. I think we want to honor this like with an open source, the actual open source core of Docker that. I forget the name of the. I think Moby is still a little bit too big.
Project Moby. Well, I think that they're trying to make a move towards that now, because I know that Docker is having a lot of financial problems, and the argument is that don't worry about Docker's financial problems because it's all open source, and they'll point you to Project Moby.
Yeah, but I think still Project Moby is like,
It's like container D, run C, all that stuff.
yeah. Do we want to just pick one of those though? Or are they all, you think it's a small enough that we can just,
I mean, the thing
Let's see, this is
about
an
it
open
is that then
containers.
it kind of gets into that thing where you can't have one without the other, because basically, like, yeah, run C is important, but there's also C run, which is now also important. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm okay with Docker. I guess it's not that big of a deal to me, but I know some people get like real like finger pointy about like this situation.
looks like runs
Or
as
I-
part of this open
or
container
I would say
initiative.
Docker / Project Moby, which is I think kind of the way that they list it or they kind of say it. Kind of like saying Docker and its components.
Yeah, but I think we would be able, I mean, unless it's, and I propose we put essentially open container OCI
I'm good with that too.
project as all of these. Okay.
Because I know Docker has been like superseded by the containers group, quote unquote. Although Jeff, just for the record, I do think that they actually are two different things. Because now that I think about it, the whole thing about Docker is that it's not OCI compliant.
Okay.
So there's like OCI compliant stuff, and
Yeah.
then there's Docker, and yeah, I think as I
Yeah.
said,
I mean, I'm just gonna like interpolate that the person submitting the survey was like, the thing that runs containers is important.
fair.
You know,
We can agree
so
on that.
yeah. But yeah, and we want to have, yeah, as you mentioned, David, I think we want to have a separate list of like things that are not open source that people suggest, and and add some things to there too. I think that makes sense. Agree. Any more orange ones? MS. I think I'll just delete it for now, I guess. Package managers. Multiple people have said, like,
Again, I
let's
listed
put
at the right side.
all
column
the
F,
package managers.
and
Okay, yeah.
I would probably just list the main ones. There's supposed to be 9. I know like 6 off the top of my head. I don't know like the Slackware ones, and I know the BSD ones, but
okay. We're coming up on time. I might take a stab at package managers, or I might leave them off. I'm not sure. if
mainly Jeff, there's basically some communities that produce patches. Those patches usually kind of end up getting kind of like thrown around. Like Debian is definitely one of them. RPM would definitely be another one of them. Portage kind of is one of them. We do kind of the most essential stuff. That's Gen 2. Arch also has patches. It's about who basically produces like actual patches, because when you get to like Void, they don't actually produce patches. Not, at least not for general use, just for their own operating system.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Well, yeah, I think we're at time, and thanks for that, Randall. Thanks everyone for helping out with the spreadsheet. I think it's looking pretty good, well, minus the formatting. And then I'll work with Amir and get a RFC out to everybody in the OpenSSF to start adding comments to the spreadsheet about like why they think this is critical or not critical. In 4 weeks, we're going to start, we're going to take all the comments and start going through these packages one by one and saying yes or no. Does it get added to the list or not? So excited for that. And then again, thanks everyone for your help, and hope to see you all next time.
Yep, great. Thanks for everybody working on this. Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah, thanks. Bye.